Hi. I would wish that the Premier League and somewhat the Championship clubs had a 50% share between the fans and the owners, and or at least the owners can give them financial backing for the decisions they make, and so on. There's absolutely no ever excuse for sexism or racism in football, and that we're in 2020 and we have to be talking about racism or sexism, and that Black Lives Matter has to be a big thing in our sport, and yet you'd think this should have been wiped out. This should have, and you'd have thought it had been wiped out about 10, 15 years ago. But you're talking about 2020 and it's still being an issue. It's terrible. It's awful. But I think the FA chairman had to go for making such pathetic, disgraceful remarks. And to be honest, the FA hasn't done enough in the way of limiting the amount of world-class international talent coming into the Premier League, and not encouraging and trying to force clubs to develop their own for England's sake, and so on. Because, I mean, clubs in the Premier League and Championship, basically, they've got enough money to develop the talent that you get from clubs in other countries who got less money but seem to have a high achievement rate, because it's a part of who they are and what they're about. And with England, you don't have that as much. The under-21s team could only beat Andorra 3-1, not 8-0 or 9-0. And we won the under-17s World Cup, 3 years ago in India. And the thing about that is, like, it's a bit of a decline, like from Germany winning the 2014 World Cup to having such a terrible World Cup in Russia. It's, yeah, basically. Yeah, and I think clubs should be less secretive and less about the owner and about the actual community of the club. And I think that's important, that actually goes beyond clubs, but actually it's more brought out and so on. Because a great atmosphere in a club breeds success. And like for Manchester United, like Ferguson, Cantona, Solskjaer, Scholes, Beckham, Giggs, they know how the changing room was back in the glory days. So like Thierry Henry and all those up in Jomberg and Arteta and so on, they knew what the changing room was under Wenger when they were winning trophies. Now, if they could actually have the atmosphere brought into the changing room and training sessions and everything, every situation about these clubs now, and said to the players, prove you want to be at this club, otherwise walk on, exit, leave. And yeah, but Roy Keane being so critical of Manchester United, I fully understand, and I think a club's history, a club's reputation being sabotaged by owners and chief executives or whatever, who've got no clue what they're doing. They're not in the right job, they're not in the right sport. I mean, the owners own an American team, or Denver Nuggets or whatever, or was that Liverpool? I don't know. One of them, anyway. and their team in America in basketball's doing rubbish. The American football team are doing rubbish. So why go and buy a Premier League team and make them have average as well? So basically, yeah. Now grassroots football, I mean, maybe not fully grassroots, but I mean the level you get in like League One, League Two, um, basically, yeah, that's also something to look for government funding to save these clubs from going out of business and people's livelihoods. People's grew up watching this team play. People who only saw that club existing for their whole lifetime suddenly not existing because the government can't get off their asses, can't get the wallets out, and they've got the money to be able to do that. Also, not just, I mean, how much money owners at Premier League clubs have, they should all be able to help out. Yeah, so basically, that's how I am with that. You know, we never want to see a club. No one ever wants to see a club go under. But with COVID, this Chinese disease, by how there's no animal welfare and so on in China, basically, clubs are going under because money, they're not getting any income and so on. It's disgraceful, to be honest. No one knew how to plan for a pandemic, but somehow some countries were more prepared than us. So that's got to go and be thought about. But yeah, that's my video. Thanks for watching and follow me for future videos. And I've got quite a few political videos on my account. Thanks anyway, bye.